And again, November is a time to really talk about the blessings and the way the community gives back. So we're very happy to have our guests this morning is Dan Taylor and Chris Schwab. Now they represent, I guess I could represent you as the G. Anderson Agency, but also
and Anderson Insurance Agency.
And Anderson Insurance Agency. But also, they're both officers for the Hunger Foundation of Southern Ocean, which we're here to talk about today. So good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Great. So let's talk a little bit about what the Hunger Foundation does, because it contributes to so many of our neighbors in just, ways that are crucial. So let's talk about what you're doing on a local level to help our neighbors stay healthy and well fed.
Well, one of the things, our main function is to raise funds for some local food pantries that we support. And we do that through various events. It started with a taste dinner, I think, 23 years ago.
22 or 23.
23 years ago at Carol's Restaurant in Manahawkin. And it has progressed into a 501c3 organization. All the people who are on the board are volunteers. And we put together a dinner in April, and we're going to talk about that. But our main function is to raise funds and raise awareness of the need to help our neighbors that aren't fortunate enough to be able to have the food to feed their family.
And at a time when we think about Thanksgiving and we think about abundance and we think about food and people gathering, there's different reasons in life why people may or may not be going to these food pantries, and no one's immune from that. No one knows, at this point in time, whether it's somebody that's aging or somebody that has a family or somebody that's sick, when you're going to need the support. So what the Hunger Foundation does is critical.
Yes, it is. And for those people that think that they're going to be drilled on whether they need the food, et cetera, they don't need to fear that. The food pantries don't question your need for the food. A lot of them are run by churches, and they know that the need is out there, and the last thing they want to do is make somebody not want to come and seek out the help that these food pantries can provide.
So I'm just going to go through the list of the pantries that you donate funds to, which is the Barnegat Food Pantry, the Greater Tuckerton Food Pantry, Ken's Kitchen at St. Mary's Parish, Ocean Community Church Food Ministry, St. Francis Food Pantry, St. Stephen's Episcopal Church Pantry, and then the Lacey Food Bank Program.
Yes.
So basically, the Hunger Foundation, as you said, it's a group of volunteers, a lot of business people involved. Their website is hfoso.org if you want to find out a little bit more on how to donate, how to go to some of their events, how to contribute to auctions. They're always looking for some
auction
interaction.
Items.
That's
yes.
right. So your events are a lot of fun. I mean, I would say your events, hands down, are probably not only do you it's good company, but you also look at food in a different way. It's not like you're just served. It's almost like it's interactive. So we're going to start with the bourbon tasting, which is happening actually this week, November 15th. It starts at 6 o'clock. It's at the Old Causeway. So, Chris, what can people expect from the bourbon tasting?
So for the bourbon tasting, this is actually our fourth one already. How fast time flies.
It does.
So for the bourbon tasting, it's an idea we came up with a few years ago. We approached Melanie and Eric Magaziner at Old Causeway, and it's real simple. The basis of it is it's a 6-course meal. I believe it's 6 courses, including dessert. And with each course is a bourbon that is paired with that food.
That's great.
So for a $100 donation to the foundation, you get a 6-meal dinner, and you get to sample different bourbons. And we've pulled in from the area in the past few years a lot of people that were not bourbon drinkers, and now they look forward to this event every year.
So what are you saying?
I'm not saying anything. It's a fun, as you said, our events are fun, and it's fun. For a great cause.
And it is. And certainly, if going to an event or not going to an event, it depends. Of course, tickets are always limited, and it's always first come, first serve. But you also need to, realize that you take cash donations, checks, right. or auction items. Because that's something that even if you can't attend, you still can contribute, because you realize that the food is going to, help people, within the community. So the next one coming up is the Thanks for Giving 5K Run Raiser. And that is something that's on Shop Small Business Saturday, which is a big event for us. That's something Southern Ocean County Chamber has been really trying to brand into the area. We've been the regional champion since it started. So we try to promote a lot of things happening on that day. So it's a great time to kind of get out a little bit early and do something before you do your shopping, but help contribute. So the run is going to be in Beach Haven.
Yes.
And it starts at 9 a.m., but registration can happen now.
Now you can go to the website.
So again, that's hfoso.org, and it's the Thanks for Giving 5K Run Raiser. And this is just something, again, you have company coming down. They're staying Thanksgiving weekend. You want to get out of the house. You want to maybe burn off some of the calories. And it'll put you right into Long Beach Island in Beach Haven, where there's a lot of great stores and a lot of other things happening. So it kind of will be like almost the pregame for doing the Shop Small Saturday, which we all love because we want to make sure people are doing what they need to do to keep our local economy going. So that's another great event. And then this is something that I'm really excited about. It's the New Orleans Réveillon. And
you say that well.
I don't know if I say it right, but I say it well. And that's December 7th, and that's at Cuisine on the Green, and which is in Little Egg Harbor. And Chef Ian Smith does a demo. Five courses. Five-course food demo. It's from 6 to 9. You have a great raffle. You always have really a lot of fun holiday gifts and decorations that you raffle off. And then you're also going to have some musical entertainment.
Yep, it's great. It is limited to about 75 people or so. So
yeah, and it's something that, again, if you want to try an event, this is great. It gets you in the mood. You know you're contributing to a cause that's going to help people on Christmas Day, feed their families. And
it's a lot of fun.
And it's a lot of fun. It is, and it gets you. It just makes you feel good, and that's the kind of events that you want. And the the tickets and everything are on sale, hfoso.org, and they're on Facebook as well for the Hunger Foundation of Southern Ocean. So go on there and just try to, stay in touch with them. If you don't want to attend, consider making a donation of either an auction item or a sponsorship, because they'll be happy to, forward those good wishes onto the food pantries, who at this
absolutely
time of year probably need them all year, I should say.
Well, they need it all year, especially as we go into the summer, believe it or not.
Yeah. With
the children, when they get out of the lunch programs, there's a spike in the need for the food pantries in the summer.
So, I mean, this is something, again, that really does help give back in a lot of other ways, and it's multi-generational, and it affects all of Southern Ocean County. So you're contributing not just to, the Tuckerton area, or the Barnegat area, or the Stafford area, or Long Beach Island. All these pantries are getting their fair share of funds to help basically stock.
Right. Right.
So it's good. So we're going to talk about 2018, which we really haven't talked about too much yet. But
it's not that far off.
It isn't. And this is the biggie. This is the mother of all.
This is a mother load.
Dinners, and that is your 23rd annual Hunger Relief Dinner and Auction, which is always just an amazing an event. And this is going to happen, I believe, April 25th.
Correct. And
the theme is When in Rome, which, if you're going to talk about food and fun, Rome should be right in there.
Absolutely. That was an easy one to pick this year.
That's a great one. So, again, the venue has traditionally been in Sea Oaks, but it is moved to accommodate a little bit larger crowd.
It's going to be at the
mainland,
at
the
Holiday Inn.
And
we're going to have the entire banquet room. They've been very gracious to us in providing what we're going to need. And there's going to be approximately 10 chefs that are going to be cooking a 7-course meal. It's a sit-down meal and auction. It's going to be a great night. It always is a wonderful night. Yeah. Ian Smith is the head chef in charge, putting all these restaurants together, and they come up with very creative, and they come up with a separate menu just for this. They go to great pains to make this a pleasant experience
and authentic.
Authentic,
I mean, they really
yes.
do try to make it. I mean, and every year there's a theme, and the themes really are reflected in the decor and in the
Peg Reynolds from Reynolds does a great job decorating.
fantastic way of decorating. So it's a lot of fun. So again, think about whether you want to do a donation, because the end of the year, you might want to do some end of year giving. So the Hunger Foundation would be happy to be a recipient of that. So certainly, if you're thinking about, well, who can I give to this year, it does go to all the local, church and food pantries, and it's a one-stop donation that you can contribute.
And also, you can select us on SmileAmazon.com. You can select us as your recipient for the donations that Amazon does.
Oh, I got to do that. See that?
Yeah,
That's great.
We're on their list of approved organizations.
That's fantastic. So again, hfoso.org, and there's the bourbon tasting November 15th. There's the Thanks for Giving run raiser 5K on Shop Small Saturday, which is November 25th. You have the New Orleans Revlon. There we go. December 7th, and save the date, April 25th, for the annual Hunger Relief When in Rome dinner, which is going to be this year at the Holiday Inn Mainland. It's all on the website. So is their mission statement and anything else that you might want to know more about. So we certainly encourage that. So thank you guys for coming in this morning.